We think this is a great venue, and we're going to have an amazing day today. But before we get started with our keynote interview, I'm excited to officially welcome everyone to the Intuit Dome, and please direct your attention to the screen.
When you set out to build the ultimate basketball arena, it turns out you also build a pretty amazing music venue.
So modern, futuristic.
Unlike any other building I've ever been in.
I really like going to live events with energy in the stadium, energy in the arena. Fast food, no cash registers. You get up, walk in, grab what you want, get back to your seat. 1,160 toilets. Get out of your seat, go to the bathroom, and get back quickly. You got 2 extra courts for fans and the community. Nobody's ever tried to do a scoreboard with this shape inside an arena. I don't care where you're sitting, you really feel connected to folks, not isolated from each other. The real goal is to have fans go, wow, that was a live experience like none other.
Please join me in welcoming the CEO of Halo Sports and Entertainment, Gillian Zucker.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Intuit Dome. We're so excited to have you here at Court B. People ask how it got its name, and you can imagine that it might have been named after another B who wanted to have a lot of basketball courts at this place. So you are our first ever corporate event here, and we're thrilled that you are.
We appreciate you joining us this morning. So I've got a couple questions for you. So when you were hired by Steve, is it true that he looked at you and said to you, if you're taking this job to build a facility, given your NASCAR facility background, this isn't the job for you? Yet here we are at this amazing, amazing new facility.
Yes, I think his exact words, and I will not do it justice, so you have to think about how effusive he is, but he said, we are never going to build an arena. And I think it took about, I don't know, maybe 3 months before he started saying, maybe we should start looking for some land. And it's an interesting process in Los Angeles when you think that you want to build a place like this, because you need a big piece of land somewhere. And you also need a community that's super receptive to having you be a part of what they're doing. So, we drove all over Los Angeles. We sort of drew a radius around where most people were coming from or going to. Inglewood is smack in the middle of it. I mean, it's obvious why when the Cronkies were looking for a place to put SoFi Stadium that they found this location as well. And when we saw it, we were like, it is the perfect spot. We want something very similar to that. And it just so happened that there happened to be almost 25 acres of nearly vacant land, largely owned by the city of Inglewood, that we were able to create a partnership where we were able to get to work pretty quickly.
And it's an amazing facility, such an amazing location here, and the commitment you guys have made to the community too to also help people get here through the ride shares, the micro ride shares. I mean, it's amazing how you're trying to pull people into this area, and we're looking forward to seeing this for every game.
Yeah, I think it's a huge part of what we were thinking. We want people who will never come to a basketball game, never come to a concert here, can't name the name of our coach, Coach Lou, for anybody who doesn't know. But we still want them to be glad that the Clippers are here in their neighborhood. And so some of the things that we're doing through our community benefits package include things that really enhance the neighborhood. Specifically, we looked into, Inglewood didn't have a coordinated traffic light system. And so if you think about how many people are coming, if you're able to coordinate the traffic lights across the entire city, not just the area here, it could be a game changer, not just for traffic and events for the facilities that are here, but also just for regular daily rush hour. Those systems, they're really expensive, and cities of this size don't get those kind of resources. But when you have something like Intuit Dome that's coming into a community, we've recognized that need, we understand how it lifts up just more than just us and our initiatives, and so we were thrilled to unveil that earlier this summer, and I think people have already seen the great impact that it's made on all the events in the region.
And look, everyone has heard so many amazing things about Intuit Dome. Steve has done such an amazing job speaking about what went into the development of this arena over the last handful of years. And I think many of us in this room are really excited to get to the first preseason basketball game tonight.
I cannot believe it's tonight.
It's amazing. But what makes Intuit Dome special, and what role does tech play in the fan experience that you guys are creating here?
It's so funny because I remember when we first started talking about, everybody wanted to have this little soundbite, some sort of effusive thing. And somebody said, it's the most technologically advanced arena ever built. And Steve was like, absolutely not. Every new building is the most technologically advanced building ever built because there's always new technology. It's always evolving. And whatever you say on that day, the next person to do something, they are going to be better. We all learn from each other. I mean, that's part of, what I think even the mantra and the culture of the Clippers is all about. Is be better tomorrow, be better tomorrow, be better tomorrow. And so, when we think about technology in this building, it wasn't actually about technology at all. It was really about how do we change the experience fundamentally in places where people want something different or wish for something different, or maybe in ways that people couldn't imagine they wished for something different. So some of the things were low-hanging fruit. We made a map very, very early on of every friction point people experience when they come to live events, right? And we talked a little bit about traffic. What are ways that we can mitigate that and make that better through technology? The coordinated traffic light system is technology. You won't ever see it, but that is technology making your experience better. When you come to the facility, you all walked in today, one of the things that just drives me crazy about major events, and we've become so used to it, we don't even think about it, right? When you come into a live event, the first thing you do is go like that. You put your hands up over your head to walk through a machine that typically dings, then somebody comes up to you and treats you like you must be doing something wrong, and they wand you and they make you a little bit uncomfortable, right? And then you are able to walk into this building that a few minutes before you had this incredible emotion of excitement to come to, right? And you've probably invested a whole bunch of money to come and get this experience. And then the first thing we as a business do when we're bringing you in, instead of greeting you and saying, welcome to Intuit Dome, we're saying, hey, wait a minute, are you okay here? Do we want you in our building? And so we wanted to change that. Well, that technology existed. So it was just a matter of going out and working with the companies that have it, and there are multiple. We chose one that we think is a great partner, allowing people to just walk through. If you're bringing a bunch of stuff with you, we try to tell you what to bring, but if you bring a bunch of extra stuff with you, you may have to run that through a machine, but generally speaking, people are flying in here. The security process is not intrusive. You just keep walking. And we wanted that for the gates. We wanted that for the concessions. These are all the places where people say, gosh, you know what I really hate about going to live events? Lines. So our whole thing was, how can we address that with technology? And in some places, we could. In some places, we're starting to, and that technology will keep getting better and better and better. And in some places, we did it through the architecture of the building. So when Steve talks about bathrooms, everybody laughs, but the reality is we did pedestrian modeling, where we had 60% of a section get up at the same time, walk to the nearest restroom and use it. And if we couldn't get them back into their seats before the end of the quarter break, we just started adding more restrooms. And that's how we ended up with the number that we have. It was really about that fan experience and how do we do things that help elevate that for people who are attending. So I hope when you see a game here and when you come to experience it, that's what you see about the tech. We have things that are bells and whistles. I will say in the beginning, we were like, no, we're not going to do anything that's bells and whistles. We do have a few bells and whistles. But I think for the most part, it was really about this idea of, is this an investment worth making to make the event better?
Yeah, and having been here for a concert during the soft opening over the last month and a half, I will say the technology is amazing. That experience of just walking in the first time I came here and not having to go for a ticket and being greeted actually by someone who said, Dave, come on in. It felt like I was home. And
so you enrolled your game face. You must have if we knew your name.
I went through the 20-minute process initially.
Yes. And by the way, so the experience here, and this is where we added friction, and we made a decision to do that. So when you are coming to Intuit Dome, you must download the Intuit Dome app and create an account. If you do the whole thing, we give you $10 in the concession stand. We're trying to make it worth your while, because it'll take you 5 minutes to do it. It's going to get faster and faster, but for now, That's about how long it'll take you, right? But if you do everything that's on there, when you come into this building, like your experience will be unbelievable. And what we're seeing as people are coming in, our first event, we probably had about 40 people signed up for Game Face ID. And now we're hovering like a little bit over 80%. So people love it. They see like what it does to change the game for their experience in the arena. And I feel like, if we can get to 90% of the people who are, fully enrolled in, not necessarily in Game Face ID, but fully enrolled with an account and their payment method uploaded to their account, the experience here is going to be it's going to be magic.
Couldn't agree more. I know we just have a couple of moments. I'm going to ask you 2 quick questions. Favorite feature in the arena?
This is so hard. This is so hard. Okay, I had 2 that came to mind at the exact same time, so I'm going to name them both, and you're going to laugh at me, okay? But the Halo board, what this thing does, we're going to test it a teeny bit tonight. You're going to see just like a snippet of what it's capable of doing, but it is absolutely unbelievable what this thing is able to do in terms of entertainment, educating, the way that it enhances the game. It is really, really special. And then I gotta go with the cheeseburger. If you have not tried our cheeseburger, it's dangerous. It's just dangerous. Yeah, we spent a lot of time on the food. One of the unique things about this building is that very, very early on, and again, looking to solve problems through architecture or technology, we were talking with our food and beverage consultant, and they said, here's the issue with food quality. If you want great food quality, it is all about how close is the kitchen and the pantry to where you are actually serving the food. And we're like, oh, that's really interesting. They're like, yeah, most of these buildings, they have 1 or 2 kitchens. They're located in various places. These buildings are big. This place is 1 million square feet. So you're running it a long way to get it to a club. So Steve, in his infinite wisdom, says, why don't you just build a kitchen in every concession stand? And of course, there's this like pause in the room, and somebody says, I don't think anybody would ever do that. And he was like, well, we're doing it. So sure enough, that's what you've got, a kitchen in every concession stand. But one of the things it's done is it's made the food here pretty great, so don't miss it.
And I will say to everyone here, one of my favorite features so far, and it's a non-tech feature, is the wall of jerseys. The jerseys that are out throughout the concourse, I implore everybody, walk around, find either your school, your son's school, your daughter's school. I am waiting for who's going to be the first fan to map the exact location of every single jersey, because I know it's coming from a fan.
Okay.
Someone's going to do it.
It's actually not coming from a fan. We did it for you. So if you walk around there, you will see little jerseys on the wall, and it has a NFC tag on it. So you'll take your phone and you tap it on there, and then you'll just type in the name of the school that you're looking for, and a screen will come up that will show you exactly what the jersey looks like, so you know what you're looking at, and then you hit location, and it'll show you exactly where it's located, and then you can go to that specific section to find it. So we've already got that mapped out for you. We knew in the beginning that with over 1,500 jerseys, that would be kind of a treasure hunt that might not be that fun for fans, and so we tried to make it one that would be enjoyable.
Well, as always, the Clippers and Halo Sports Entertainment have thought of everything from the fan experience here. Gillian, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it, and good luck this season.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.